What's cracking with you people? Welcome back to Star Fox Adventures. In the last one, we got the final Krazoa Spirit, and not the final Krazoa Spirit, my bad. We got the fifth Krazoa Spirit and released it in the temple. In this one, oh, and we also lost our beloved pal Tricky. In this one, well, I guess these shrooms are all for me now. In this one, we're going to go to the top of the Krazoa Palace. Find out what is up with that shrine at the top of the palace. Hopefully find the final Krazoa Spirit and bring our adventure to an end. Oh boy, has this been a long time coming. Excuse me, sir, I don't have time for your nonsense. So yeah, we're pretty much at the end game. Was this a bad experience? Not really. I do still wish in the back of my mind that we had gotten at least some of the original concepts that were in. Well, actually no. I'll say that for later. We're gonna kind of jump in the gun here. But yeah, we're at the end game at this point. You know, there's no turning back. We can't get back in the Arwen to go back to any places that we've missed to get any Bonfidads, which, let's be honest, we don't need. And so far, knocking on wood here, we have not lost a life. Well, I have not lost a life because I do not want anyone in the comments going, "Ha, you died." I'm like, nope, no death run on this game. But I do remember that there is a particular issue later on that could change that entirely. Let's go. Here we are. Wow. This looks like a Krazoa test area. A Krazoa test area with a Sharpclaw seal. And there's only one soul that we have to defeat in order to get past. How intriguing.
I've been waiting for you, Fox McCloud. Yeah! You may have returned the Spellstones, but the war is not over yet. Now you must face me.
Is that so? Yeah, you wanna go? 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 So, he's not attacking me. You know, for the final boss, I figured you put up more of a fight. He's kind of walking into me. Nice blade and all that. You know, got the double hook claw and stuff. You know, what is going on here? Well, you're not gonna do anything. I will.
Stop! Scales! You are no longer any use to me.
Who are you? I demand you show yourself.
I am the one you brought to Krazoa Palace. The Earthwalkers could see me, but you could not.
I don't understand.
No, I didn't think you would. Your desire for power overwhelmed you and blinded you to the truth inside. Now give Fox what he's looking for. Give him the final Krazoa Spirit.
You will regret this.
It was in him all this time. But that voice, I recognize it from somewhere. Yeah!
So now is the time. Now is the point where I where I start to broach one big issue with this game. You don't get to fight General Scales. General Scales will never hit you. He'll never attack you. He'll never do damage to you in that scene. That scene is scripted to where the moment you pull out your staff, the cutscene starts. For as big and bad as we built General Scales up in the game, for as much of a pain in the butt he was, we actually do not get to fight or beat him. I think it would have been more interesting to have Fox finish that fight rather than have what happened happen, and then have him discover that Scales, I don't know why I call him Jails, then discover that Scales had a Krazoa spirit inside him the entire time. Because that would have been narratively interesting, because we are told time and time again that only one of a pure heart can get a Krazoa spirit. Crystal was the first one to get it, so we could buy that she was pure of heart. Fox himself only has money on the mind as far as this mission is concerned, but we could assume that he's a decent guy down the bottom of the soul, even though if you know the series, you know he's a mercenary. He's a gun for hire. Having Scales have that, having you beat Scales and find out he had a spirit in him would have been more narratively interesting for the plot twist we're about to get. And don't act like I didn't spoil that. That last scene pretty much spoiled that there was something more going on. Having us beat Scales and having a Krazoa spirit fly out of him would have tipped off big time that there's a lot more going on here than simply, hey, the Pure of Heart can get Krazoa spirits, and the Krazoa spirit to restore the planet. And I'm about to show you why that's the case now.
What's going on? You said this would save her! No! Wake up! Wake up!
I am reborn, the mighty Krazoa god. Yellow, those that stand before me.
We will never kneel to you! Give me that!
Hey, wait! Well, thanks for nothing. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be standing here at all.
My staff! You're back.
I've been looking forward to this day, to see you again, Fox McCloud.
Andros!
And now, to destroy the Lilac system!
I've got to stop it!
Yeah, surprise! The actual main antagonist of this was Andros, which, let's be honest, if you kind of got the idea, if you caught on that this game is mostly playing homage to Star Fox elements rather than actually being a Star Fox game, you would have seen this coming from a mile away. beating Andros here is not hard. Like with the first phase, it's just oh crap. That was me. It's just avoiding his hand attacks. He'll occasionally spit out a ring. Silver Rings recover a 4 feet health. And to avoid this move here will do a lot of damage if you're not careful. Just roll out of the way. But yeah, like I said, if they had let you beat Scales and find out that he had gotten a okay, do a barrel, and there you go. And found out he had a Crystal Spirit inside of him. I think it would have been more narratively interesting for this plot twist, instead of, you know, just having Andros come on over and say, yeah, I've been orchestrating this from day one. I don't know why you didn't catch on to this. But yeah. Okay, there we go. Oh, there we go. Let's do your barrels, and you should be fine. This fight, I'll admit, will probably kill me. But I remember it killed me a couple of times because, yeah. So I remember so earlier playthrough, I remember I was flashing back to a reviewer I watched, and I remember he brought up that when he played this game, he was legitimately shocked that the final boss fight was Arwing gameplay. But as a kid, I was like, having grown up on Star Fox 64, I was like, okay, so when do we get to the Arwing fight? I was expecting it from the moment the game started. Just a classic, and honest to God, Arwing fight. And yeah, I got it. But, and some of you may be wondering, well, what is up with Andros being in this game? Well, since this game is canonically a sequel to Star Fox 64, the actual explanation is not shown off until... Okay, I'm getting hit too much here. It's not shown off until a short tie-in comic called Farewell, My Beloved Falco, in which it explains several things. Okay, I'm probably going to die on this boss. So, I'm going to stop acting like a goofball. Just keep barrel rolling. Okay, messing this up. Go ahead and just try to farm a couple of these real quick. Because if Andros gets you in his mouth and chews on you, it's a lot of damage, and you do not want that. Now this is scripted. You're not going to get out of this.
Hey McCloud, different time, different planet, and you still need Falco's help. It's good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, this is where Falco's time count would explain why he's not with the ship and why it's in such such disrepair come the start of this game. So yeah, and they explained that Andros comes back via some kind of cloning thing, I think. I've never actually read it myself. That's just what I know about it. Now, if I remember correctly, you have to and shoot the brain. This is just like 64, where his brain's a weak spot. Just be careful and try not to get hit too much like I did. He's not going to give you as many rings at this point to heal up with, so make everyone count. I don't think you can get any more by blasting asteroids, so just keep that in mind. Make sure you grab a bomb when Falco drops it off, Ah. Yeah, this is the final boss. Yeah, I would not mind, and I have to reiterate, I would not mind Andross being the final boss if you had gotten to fight General Scales. I feel like that's a valid criticism, you know. Something that hit me. That that he does kind of come out of nowhere, and you don't get closure on General Scales as a boss. Like you spend the whole game going after him, and you don't even get to fight him. You know. This. Oh, also I should mention that if you miss the Falco bomb drop off, you can still dodge that suction attack. You just have to be very on it with your dodge rolls, with your barrel rolls, or as Gang Theory calls it, aileron rolls. Okay, almost got him.
Dinosaur Planet is saved! Andross is defeated once again!
You all did a great job.
General Pepper here. Good work, Star Fox team. I received a message from the King and Queen Earthwalker, thanking you for saving their world. Oh, and Tricky says hi. I was, however, very surprised to hear that Andross was still alive.
Not as much as we were!
It seems that Andross discovered the ancient power of the Krazoa, and by trapping Crystal, who had the ability to channel this power, he was able to use this energy to revive himself.
At least this time we'll see the last of him. I'm transferring your fee as we speak. Pepper out.
Woohoo! Yeah! We can finally repair the ship!
And I really need some oil. These joints are not what they used to be.
And I can't wait to get back with the Star Fox team. Hey guys, you don't mind if I hang with you again, do ya?
Sure, Falco. It's great to have you back.
The Star Fox team is back together again! Oh, Fox! I almost forgot! I received this message from Crystal.
Hi, Fox. I really appreciate what you did for me. I'm just so sorry we didn't get much of a chance to talk. I'm left with just one more thing to do.
And that's to say thank you.
Well, okay. I mean, sure, no problem.
You're not shy, are you, Fox?
My sensors indicate Fox's temperature is rising. Are you okay, Fox?
I'm gonna be just fine.
So, if you notice, Fox still had Crystal's staff on his character model. I don't know why. But yeah, that's Star Fox Adventures. Overall, I think a pretty decent game. There are better adventure games out there for you to play, but if you want something you can sit down and crack through in maybe a day and a half, Star Fox Adventures is not a bad game to pick up. Story's pretty consistent, with the only downside being the big General Scales Andross switcheroo. I have no problem with Andross being in the game, because Andross as a boss fight has only been in 2 Star Fox games to this point. The original, where he was just this giant floating head thing. The second one, where he was a giant floating monkey head with hands. And in this one, who I think honestly had the best overall design of Andross that I've seen in any Star Fox game, even Star Fox Zero. Star Fox Zero was definitely the 64 one, because Zero is just 64 again, with higher res graphics and stuff. But I think the Andross in this game is much better looking. Now, actually, a lot of stuff in this game is much better looking. And yeah, as you saw there, Crystal has joined the Star Fox team as of this game. And that saxophone though, why? Oh wow, the voice actress for Crystal was the Queen Earthwalker and the Mother. I did not see that. Oh wow, yeah. Read through the credits and you'll find a lot of crazy stuff. But yeah, the overall takeaway from this game is, for an interim game, for a game that was supposed to keep the IP alive, or just at least let fans know that the IP was still around, and that was adapted from a different IP, you could have done worse. But I think what would have elevated the game to be a much higher experience is if they had kept in the concept of switching between Fox and Crystal, i.e. Saber and Crystal from the original Dinosaur Planet. Because having Crystal be introduced at the top of the game and have her have this big spot on the cover, there's that saxophone again, but that's sax though. But having her be such a prominent thing on the cover, especially with Slippy and Peppy being on there, it's really misleading, because it implies she plays a big part. And the biggest part she plays is that she finds the first. The biggest part she actually ends up playing is that she establishes that there are Krazoa spirits. They are important, but we don't know why. And that's my main problem. But beyond that, I do recommend picking it up if you can find it cheap or borrow from a friend. Either way, this has been Star Fox Adventures. I've been Anansi, and I'll catch you later.